and welcome to week 6 of our movie review series leading up to my epic adventure to Universal Studios and Epic Universe in Orlando, Florida. For this week's review, we will be reviewing the movie How to Train Your Dragon 2. And I thought since we're going ahead and doing this, I might as well bust out the old cosplay that I made many years ago for a cosplay contest that I actually came in second.
Yeah, second best.
Just like the week before, the movie will be rated by 5 categories, and each of those categories will have a scale of 1 to 10. The max that this movie can get as far as points is 50, and the movie will also have a bonus category called Secret Sauce. Just like the week before, I will be also doing a time-lapse drawing inspired by the movie, so be sure to stick around for that. So grab your Kleenex or your emotional support buddy, because we're in for it on this review for How to Train Your Dragon 2. And How to Train Your Dragon 2, the story picks up 5 years after the first film, with Berk being transformed into a dragon rider's paradise, where humans and dragons live together in peace. Hiccup, now older and still flying with Toothless, spends most of his time exploring and mapping the world. During one of these journeys, he discovers a group of dragon trappers working for Drago Bloodfist, a ruthless warlord determined to build a dragon army. Hiccup returns to his father to tell him about Drago's plan to capture their dragons, only to have his father tell him that there is no negotiating with this man and that they need to prepare for war.
Because Drago Bloodfist is a madman without conscience or mercy.
Against his father's wishes, and driven by his own stubbornness, Hiccup sets out on his own to find Drago, hoping to prevent war through a peaceful talk. While on his way to find Drago, Hiccup meets a fellow dragon rider who captures him, only to find out that the rider is in fact his long-lost mother, Valka.
But a mother never forgets.
Who has spent years rescuing and protecting dragons in a hidden sanctuary. To protect his son, Stoic and Gobber ride to find Hiccup, only to discover the hidden dragon sanctuary and for Stoic to reunite with his long-lost wife.
You're as beautiful as the day I lost you.
Just when Hiccup thinks his family is whole again, Drago shows up to the dragon sanctuary to have his alpha challenge Valka's dragon for control of all the dragons. A massive battle begins and Hiccup faces his greatest challenger yet, only to have Drago command his alpha dragon to take control of Toothless. Under the alpha's control, Toothless aims his fiery blast at Hiccup, only to have Stoic jump in the middle, killing Stoic, Hiccup's father, and one of the film's most emotional moments.
Dad!
Stoic.
In the end, Hiccup must step into Stoic's role as chief. With courage and integrity, he and his friends race back to Berk, where Drago has seized control of the dragons. Through his unbreakable bond with Toothless, Hiccup is able to break the Alpha's hold on him.
Attaboy, that's it!
In the fight, the Alpha tries to kill Hiccup, but Toothless protects him and unlocks his Alpha mode, which gives him a greater strength and a more powerful fire blast. In the end, the Alpha bows to Toothless, and Toothless becomes the Alpha of the dragons, while Hiccup becomes the new chief of Berk, uniting humans and dragons under a new vision of leadership and trust.
And the final verdict is...
In How to Train Your Dragon 2, we're reunited with a more mature Hiccup as he steps into adulthood, facing tough choices about leadership and responsibility. At his side is Toothless, still lovable as ever, but this time his natural instincts are tested in a way that puts his bond with Hiccup and the people he loves in danger. We're also introduced to Valka, Hiccup's long-lost mother, whose wisdom, empathy, and deep connection to dragons make her one of the film's most powerful new characters. Then there's Stoic, still the strong Viking chief on the outside, but with a deeper growth on the inside. The film also gives us our new villain, Drago Bloodfist. Darker and scarier than anything before, he's the opposite of Hiccup. Where Hiccup believes in peace and understanding, Drago rules through fear and control. And of course, we can't forget the supporting crew: Astrid, Roughnut, Toughnut, Snoutlout, Fishlegs, and Gobber. And the new additions, Urt, son of Urt, a dragon trapper who eventually switches sides. What makes How to Train Your Dragon 2 possibly even stronger than the first is the depth of character growth. For instance, let's take Hiccup. We see a young adult wrestling with the same questions many of us have faced. Like, who am I meant to be? What is my destiny? For Hiccup, his questions are, is he meant to be the next Viking chief? Or is he to make his own path? And in the end, he has to face these trials. And ultimately, he discovers who he is and that the strength that he needed was with him all along. And I think one of the greatest character growth is Stoic. Compared to the first film, he becomes more of a lovable character. He still holds firm to his values of being a chief, but when he reunites with his long-lost wife, we get to see a softer side of him emerge. One even Hiccup hasn't even seen. And it makes you long to see Stoic and Valka grow old together, and tragically, we don't get to see that. Stoic makes the ultimate sacrifice, shielding his son from a dragon's blast, proving his devotion as both a father and a leader.
And the final verdict is...
When it comes to the soundtrack for How to Train Your Dragon 2, I have to be honest with you. I think John Powell outdid himself. What I mean by that is, I feel like this soundtrack is even better than the first. He's able to continue to blend the Viking-inspired themes with beautiful orchestra music. Songs like Where No One Goes captures the thrill of a flight, while emotional tracks heighten the tragedy of Stoic's death. The music is adventurous, it plays with your heartstrings, and it perfectly matches the film's grand scale.
And the final verdict is...
When it comes to the animation to How to Train Your Dragon 2, we have to compare it to the first, and I gotta be honest, it has taken major leaps compared to the first. The flying sequences are just breathtaking, with sweeping landscapes, icy sanctuaries, and epic dragon battles. It's just amazing. And the CG just looks even better. The design of the wild beast, the Alpha Dragon, is especially stunning, and the overall visuals give the movie a cinematic quality that feels even bigger than the first.
And the final verdict is...
When looking at the cultural impact of How to Train Your Dragon 2, I think it's important to look at the box office and see how it made such an impact globally. Domestically, yes, it did underperform compared to the first film, earning $177 million versus $217 million. But worldwide, it was a different story. The sequel grossed $621.5 million. Far surpassing the first film of $494.9 million, and proving its stronger international appeal. The film also cemented Hiccup and Toothless as one of animation's most iconic duos, and it set a standard for sequels that aim to expand rather than recycle the original story.
And the final verdict is... And now Secret Sauce time. Does this movie have what it takes to deserve Secret Sauce? Final score.
How you holding up? I hope you're okay. I'm not gonna lie, this movie gets me in the feelings every time. I probably cry more than I'd like to admit, but yeah, it's probably my favorite out of the trilogy of the How to Train Your Dragon movies. But let me know down in the comments. Does this movie make you cry? Is it your favorite out of the trilogy? But if you haven't already, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, because we've got many more videos coming to this channel, so you don't want to miss out on that. And I will catch you in next week's review. Bye.
That's for you, Kai.